Hello friends and gentle bodies. Let's do a new series and let's talk for a minute. So I'm going to do a lactation series. I have some mamas around me that could use a little love. And so today we're going to be talking about lactation and how it's together with sourdough. That connection. I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, so we're going to do lactation cookies. And so yeah, let's do some. All right, so have my bowl. And we're going to start off with 2 sticks of softened cold butter. So I've been a baker. I'm using that term loosely. I have been baking pretty much all of my life. And I have spent years, coconut oil. You're going to need a tablespoon. I have spent years watching yeast grow, learning how something so simple can be so alive. I think that's what fascinates me the most. You know, people way back when, that's how they would make bread and all that. They didn't go to the store. Anyway, honey. Usually I put these in my jars and all that kind of stuff, but I've got different. Okay, so half a cup of honey. No, full cup of honey. My bad. Which is probably what's in here. But anyway, it's so simple, so alive, so responsive. And the more I speak with lactation parents and stuff, because I've been in labor and delivery side for over 30 years. Anyway, the more I see the parallels, and it amazes me. Just like sourdough, lactation is the process of trust and nourishment and rhythm. So both require patience, some of which I don't have much of. I don't know, is anybody else that same way? Both require patience and a kind of surrender and all that. I'm trying to learn to talk and do my stuff at the same time. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. Okay, so next thing you're going to want is sugar. Like, you can use substitute sugar such as stevia or anything like that, monk fruit. But today I'm going to use something a little bit different. I'm going to use organic coconut sugar. Anyway, you don't have to force a starter to rise. You can't, actually. You feed it and care for it and let nature take its course. Okay, so you need half of a cup. You let nature take its course. Well, breastfeeding is kind of the same way. There's a wisdom in the body and the dough that can't be rushed. So, when I bake for new parents, I think about that. Next one is 1 egg. My little egg. Look how pretty this egg is, y'all. Look how pretty this egg is. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, anyway, moving on. Like food, you know, support has to be nourished, slow, real. Sometimes a loaf of sourdough can say what words can't. You're doing enough. The rise is good, you know. There's nothing more you need to do. Just let nature take its course and let your body do what it's supposed to do. So anyway, I just find that interesting. What's my next one? Discard. I just find that interesting how, by the way, these cookies, you don't have to be a lactation or lactating mother or woman, for that matter. You do not have to be a lactating to enjoy these. Okay, so I need half a cup. Anybody can eat these. Men can eat them. Just don't do animals. We don't need none of that. Especially if you're, doing something different. Anyway. I know I should use a towel, but my apron is clean. And I don't like using towels because it gets over everything. Because after this, anytime I do a new recipe or anything like that, I change aprons. That's just how I do things. But, okay. Then you've got vanilla. Vanilla. By the way, I'm showing you everything on what because, how much vanilla? 2 teaspoons. I don't know. I measure with my heart, really. With vanilla, I never seem to measure with a measuring spoon. All right, so brewer's yeast. But I'm showing you these. This is what I get. And I know a lot of people have a hard time finding this. So if you're looking for this, I'll link it down below for you, so that you can you know right where I'm getting my stuff from. Bought this with my own money. This is not sponsored by any stretch of the means. Just showing you what I use, how you can obtain it as well. Okay, so I need 1/4 of a cup of brewer's yeast. This is, I guess you could say, one of the active ingredients that breastfeeding moms, it helps with their milk supply. It doesn't do anything for anybody else except, just adds a little, just adds a little something good for you. All right, now flaxseed. This is ground flaxseed. This is what I get. And you're going to need 2. If you get ground, you don't have to put it in water and stuff. That's why I get ground. It's easily mixed up in there. All right, so, 2 tablespoons. All right, 1, 2. Of course, I'm already making a mess. You can use these products such as the flaxseed and the brewer's yeast and the coconut sugar and all that kind of stuff. You can use that in just about any of your recipes if you would like. All right, so then flour. And I'm going to use oat flour. You can use all-purpose. You can use bread flour if you would like. But I just think this is better for you and for those mamas that tend to need a little extra. This is going to be the best bet. Okay, so I need 1.5 cups. So we're gonna anyway, that's 1. I think these, in my opinion, these are just good as a healthy snack. This is just I eat them. I eat them, and other mamas swear by them for help boosting the milk supply, but I eat them just because they're good. And you can add chocolate chips to it if you want. Next is baking soda. You can add raisins, which I'll probably do today. You don't have to have raisins. You don't have to have any nuts. You don't have to have any chocolate chips. I mean, who doesn't want chocolate though? I mean, just saying. Okay, so we need 1 teaspoon. And this is it. But I'll probably put raisins because I do like raisins in my cookies like that. Alright, next is salt. And need a half of I'm just going to measure with my heart. So you need half of a teaspoon. That's probably a little bit more than half. Not too bad though. And then nutmeg, 1/4 of a teaspoon. You don't need a lot of this. This just add, oh, didn't realize this was new. Just to add a little something to it. That's 1/4. So do you like these cookies? Let me know in the comments, because I can't be the only one that likes these cookies. All right, well, I mean, this recipe is my own recipe. I didn't get this from any other 1/4 cloves. I didn't get this recipe from anybody else. So, but regular lactation cookies. Do you like regular lactation cookies? Let me know in the comments. Or, see, we're going to be doing lactation brownies. We're going to be doing lactation muffins. Next one is cinnamon. And this also is a 4th. Although I'm going to do, because I really like cinnamon in these cookies, so I'm going to do probably a whole teaspoon, because I just like that little bit of spice. I'm a spicy meatball. Okay. Not spicy as in hot. As in spicy and, you know, all the, almost like fall flavors. Oh, my favorite time of year is fall. And I love it. Okay. Now you need oats. And you need 3 cups of those. So you're supposed to have the original or regular or whatever you want to call it. But I had all of these already opened. And so these are the quick. Hold on now. Now I got to count. That's 1. 2. 3. Oh, by the way, this is the one I'm using. I don't think you cared about what spices I was using. All right, so we're gonna mix this together and get you back. Okay, so for those of you who are done with, this is what it looks like, by the way. For those of you that are done with their cookies, they don't want to add any raisins or chocolate chips or nuts or anything like that. You're done. You're going to put these on, you're going to drop it by the scoop or a spoon, whichever one you prefer. And you're going to do it by tablespoon size. And you're going to drop it on your baking sheet. But I'm going to add raisins. I love raisins. My mamas like raisins. So, you're going to add about a cup. And then you're going to fold those in. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. No, I did not measure. I just kind of eyeball that or measure with my heart, whichever you choose to call it. All right, we're gonna spoon this and put it on a cookie sheet. Okay, so we're going to put these in a 375-degree oven, and you're gonna bake them for about 12 minutes, depending on how ooey gooey they look. You know, you gotta make the edges want to be a little bit crispy while the center is just a little bit soft. And then you're gonna take them out after however time, because ovens vary. So however long that takes you, 12 minutes or so, and let them cool on a pan for about 5 minutes, and then transfer them to a cooling rack. Okay, friends, look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Yum. Let's have a bite.